The school is having a color war, where all three grades compete against each other in various contests. I can't believe this is happening. The last time the school had a color-themed competition, there was a riot. They should never do color wars again. Argofunk Book Review, Argofunk Book Review. This book was written by Peter Larangis. Claudia is unhappy about the color war because their color is orange. Ew, so ugly. Claudia and her boyfriend Mark are pressured into running the color war since they're king and queen of 7th grade. Claudia likes the idea, but Mark doesn't. He's pretty bored and obviously doesn't care. My school never had a color war, so I don't quite understand how it works. It seems like the kids get to pick all the competitions. What stops Alan Gray from having a fart competition? What stops Claudia from picking 50 different art competitions so she can win everything by herself? Claudia and the others are called coordinators, but they don't coordinate with each other or the school. The final total is 209 points, so each grade picked a different number of competitions. That's not fair. It's also not fair for most of the competitions to be one-on-one contests with 3 competitors. Say the 6th grader wins a tennis match against the 7th grader, now they have to play the 8th grader. 6th grader has to win 2 games in a row while the 8th grader only has to win once. So yeah, I have questions about how this color war is organized. Claudia gets a message from the school's guidance counselor. She says Claudia is doing well in school. That's proof they made the right choice in sending her back to 7th grade. The guidance counselor disagrees. She wants to turn Claudia's life upside down again by sending her back to 8th grade. Everyone's on board with this plan, including Claudia's parents. Gee, thanks for the heads up, Mom and Dad. The timing of this decision is weird. Claudia was moved back in the middle of October. This conversation takes place in the first week of November. Claudia hasn't been in 7th grade for a full month yet. Isn't it too early to make a decision like this? We're told Claudia can easily catch up to 8th grade with a week or 2 of tutoring. 8th grade tutoring didn't work last month. Why would it work now when there's even more material to catch up on? In the babysitting subplot, the kids do their own color war. It's a disorganized mess since they don't have teams or events planned. Jackie Radowski gets hit in the butt, and everything is so wild, even Christy can't handle it. She loses her cool and starts screaming, but when everything's over, she wants to do another one next year. Christy, you are addicted to planning events. You need to stop. Claudia's babysitting friends want her to go back to 8th grade with them. She's not so sure. She likes being the smartest kid in class for once. Claudia's 7th grade friends want her to stay, except Mark. He doesn't really care, and he blows off his duties as event coordinator, forcing Claudia to do all the work. Claudia realizes her relationship with Mark is feeling off. She talks out her issues with Josh, who is cute and funny the whole time. He starts acting weird when the topic of love comes up. When Claudia wonders what's wrong, her friends tell her Josh has a big crush on her. They told her this in her last book. I don't know how she forgot. Claudia figures they're wrong until she does a 3-legged race with Josh. He ties their legs together with the tenderest of motions, using a handkerchief he got just for her. Claudia realizes he does like her, and she gets the urge to kiss him, but she's not sure they could be a couple.
Cute. Josh was cute, but was he boyfriend cute? Mark was boyfriend cute. Josh was more like stuffed animal cute.
Claudia is pained by the agony of indecision. Even shopping with Stacey doesn't cheer her up. Things get worse. Josh is nervous and starts avoiding Claudia. Mark cancels a date 3 times in a row. Almost 4, he chats with a cute girl instead of picking Claudia up by her locker. Claudia says the relationship isn't working. Mark agrees it feels different, and they break up. Mark seems so bored by the breakup. I wonder if he ever really liked Claudia in the first place. Now that Claudia's broken up with Mark, she's free to be with Josh. She confronts Josh over his recent behavior. He admits he likes Claudia, and he helps her realize she should go back to 8th grade. It will make her happy, and it doesn't mean she'll lose all her friends. Of course, Claudia gets a happy ending, where Josh kisses her, and her team wins the color war. The entire school cheers. The end. Post-book follow-up. I like Josh. I'm glad Claudia's finally dating him. I thought he was the better love option in her last book. But I also feel bad for Josh, because he's clearly the second place consolation prize. At first, Claudia thinks the idea of dating Josh is ridiculous. It takes her a while to convince herself she could like him in that way. If things had been going great with Claudia and Mark, she never would have given Josh a second thought. The decision to go back to 8th grade was a no-brainer. It was just like when Stacey was out of the Babysitters Club for a while. Will she go back? Yes, of course she will. We don't need to stretch out the decision for very long. Claudia claims her parents bug her a lot about the decision, but we never see that. We don't see much of Janine either. How awesome would it have been if Janine tried giving Claudia love advice? I didn't like the color war. I think it made a poor backdrop for the love story, although it did a good job providing a reason for why Claudia might want to stay in 7th grade. I didn't care for the kids' color war. It was too similar to the main color war and to other kid carnival chaos stories that we've had in this series. Ironically, I can't make up my mind about this book. I can't decide if it's good or bad or what. Like Mark, I'm mostly indifferent. I'll give it the average score. At Babysitters Club number 113, Claudia makes up her mind a 5 out of 10.